The most ridiculous advice I've ever heard is, do not care about what people are saying about you. Welcome back to The Miracle Perspective, and this is the TMP Q&A Wednesday, where you ask and I perspectivize. I got a question, which was a follow-up to last week's video. And this is what the question says. The guy says, TMP, here's a follow-up question to last week's video. You said, people's validation is important to what you are doing, which I disagree with because relying on people's validation makes you vulnerable to the what are people gonna say syndrome. That's not a desirable state to want to lead your life from. So my question is, how do you deal with the fear of being judged when you still care about people's validation? Please cover this on your Q&A session. This is a very good question, ladies and gentlemen. Very tricky. But I want to restate what I said. I said people's validation is important. Super important. And I still say the same thing. People's validation to what you are doing is super important. And I'll tell you why. If you check around today, motivational speakers are they have lost their self-respect. The respect that people used to give to motivational speakers is slowly running out, is slowly fading away. And why is that? The reason is because, in my own observation, I realize that motivational speakers have a tendency of saying things that do not make sense at all. Things that don't make practical sense at all. They're not practical. Imagine someone saying, don't fear, do not fear. What does that mean? Tell me anybody who doesn't fear anything. And they say, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself how? When you don't know yourself, when you don't know who yourself is. And they say, don't care about what people are saying about you. Who on this earth cannot care about what anybody is saying? Tell me anybody who doesn't care about what anybody is saying. Just tell me one person. Do you not care about what people are saying? Because here's the thing, guys. Let's be honest and real here. The moment you say, I don't care about what people are saying, that moment, by you saying, I don't care, you actually do care. That's you caring right there. When you say, I don't care, that's you caring right there. You are just deciding to choose to rather deflect you're trying to deflect what someone is saying about you so that you create a shield so you don't get hurt. But the truth of the matter is you are touched. And we need to be very, very honest with the fact that you are touched. Here's the thing that I think is what we should be working on. As the big man Jim Rohn said, it's not what happens that determines the major part of your life or your future. It's what you do about it. The right message to this conundrum is, what and how do you react to people's opinions about you? That's the right message. Not don't care about what people are saying. If people didn't care about what people are saying, we wouldn't have any products today. If BMW didn't care about what people are saying about their products, they would never improve. They would never have customers. If any business didn't care about what people are saying about them, check all those businesses who don't care about what people are saying about them. They're dead. They're not here. But you gotta care about what people are saying about you in order for you to improve and become a better person. Context is important in this particular scenario. We need to put the issue of context at hand. When they say, don't care about what people are saying, what they are implying is that you assume that you are right in everything you're saying. And there's no right thing. There's nothing that can ever be 100% true. You can never be too far to the left and too far to the right. The trick to life is finding a balance, and that's what makes life difficult. The advice of don't care about what people are saying is too far to the extreme. Meanwhile, The advice that should be preached is, how do you then deal with the issue of what people are saying about you? That speaks a lot to your self-belief and self-knowledge. Here's the thing. What I mean is, imagine you go to a room. There's a piano, and you go and look at that piano for the first time, and you have your friend with you. You go there and you start playing on the piano. Bam, bam, bam. Things that don't make sense. You've never played a piano before. You just go there and you are playing. Bah, bah. You're making noise, in short. And then after that, you ask your friend, how was that? And then your friend says, wow, man, that's amazing. Yo, you were good. You see there? If you believe that indeed you were good, there's a problem. Self-knowledge defect right there. Because you don't know yourself enough, then you are not relying on people's validation. You are actually relying on people's definition of who you are, and that is the problem. The difference here is people's opinions and people's validation is different from people's definition of who you are. In this sense, people's validation is important, and I still maintain that. People's validation, people's opinions is important to redirect and to make you aware of where you are and what you can do to further improve where you are and become a better person. Here's the thing. If you know that what you're doing is right and it's good, you do need someone else to validate. Validation, in short, according to the dictionary, is the confirmation of what is already known. So you are confirming. So somebody needs to confirm that indeed what you're doing is correct for you to keep doing it or to improve, right? The different side to the story is you don't know anything about yourself. Like right now, I have a new haircut, right? I'm not very comfortable with this haircut. I'm not sure if it's good or not. If somebody comes to me and say, wow, man, that haircut is ugly, there's going to be a problem. Why? Because I already don't know where I stand with the haircut, right? I am not convinced on how I look with this haircut. So when you say it's bad, it's ugly, it doesn't look good on me, I will be a little bit affected. Why? Because you are defining who I am, where I had not defined who I am. So relying on that is dangerous because it can kill my self-esteem and self-confidence. I need to first finalize. I need to make a decision in the matter of me recording this video and you seeing this video. I must have decided how I feel about this haircut. Because if you come and tell me how this looks, it will mislead me, right? You tell me it's ugly, it's going to affect my self-esteem. You tell me it's beautiful, it's going to inflate my self-esteem. Whether it's right or wrong, I don't know. That is the problem. You get what I mean? So do not rely on people's definition of who you are. That's what they're trying to say when they say don't care about people's opinion. They're trying to tell you that do not really take people's definition of who you are to be the Bible truth about who you are. But that can only happen when you know who you are. You will not rely on what people say about you as the truth when you know enough about yourself. So the first thing you need to do is to know enough about yourself. What do you tell yourself about yourself? Then decide what to do about people's comments, opinions, and things they say about you. Right now, I'm doing this YouTube channel. Been doing it for almost 2 years right now. I know what I'm doing. In the particular example that this guy is talking about, I was talking about the crowdfunding that I did, and I asked people why they gave me their money, and they told me that they see the amount of work I'm doing, they see the commitment, they see the passion I have to the work that I'm doing. And that validated what I'm doing. I knew that I'm putting my all into this thing. I knew that I'm committed to this thing. I knew that I'm passionate about this thing. So when people told me that, yes, indeed, we can also see that, that was a one-up for me. It was important. Validation was important at that point. Therefore, I say validation is important when you know yourself enough, when you understand what you're doing. If you don't understand yourself and you rely on people's opinions, that is a self-knowledge defect. Fix it. Know yourself first, then decide what to do with people's opinions. Because no product can ever improve when people don't talk about it. If I didn't care about what you say about what I'm doing, then who am I creating this for? Do you get what I mean? If you don't care about people's opinion on what you're doing, then who are you doing it for? Maybe that's the question that we must now look into. The issue is, all right, look whose opinion matters to what you're doing. That's very important. Consider the person who's commenting on what you're doing. If you are an artist, right? Maybe you are a song artist, you're a singer, singing jazz music. And then somebody who is not into music, or they are a Kwaito music listener, they come to you and say, your jazz music, it doesn't make sense. You don't sing well. Then you can say to yourself, because you know what you're doing, then you can say, that doesn't affect me, doesn't bother me in any way, because this is not the type of audience I'm catering for. But if it's a jazz music listener listening to what you're doing as a jazz artist, when they say what you're doing doesn't make sense, then you need to consider that. Therefore, you need to care about what people are saying. People's validation is important to what you do. People's validation is important to what you are bringing and what you're offering to the world. Screw this thing of don't care about what people are saying, because you trying to not care, you are caring about it. So it's just a useless activity to try and embark on. Let me hear what you think about this. If you still disagree, it's good to disagree. At least we're getting a conversation going. Tell me your thoughts, and remember, if you like the content, share so that we can reach other people. That's the only way I can get to reach other people that I don't know. I know you. You came here, so help me share the message to other people. This is just a message of personal development, self-discovery. So help me share it with everybody else who needs to hear this. Remember to like if you like. Dislike, do dislike if you don't like it. Comment below. Let me hear your thoughts. Let's keep the conversation going. And subscribe if you're not yet a subscriber. This is the TMP Q&A Wednesday, where you ask any question you have regarding self-development and self-growth and self-knowledge and business and relationships. Send it to me. Then we deal with that question here on the TMP Q&A Wednesday. On Monday, we've got the Monday Legends Show, TMP Legends Show, where we invite people that have made it, people that are going to inspire you, people that we can try and emulate and model and look into for inspiration. I bring them to you on Monday night. Catch us on Monday. It's finished.